All right. Getting ready to get our coffee talk started here. I'm Derrick Weisbrod, and I'm joined with Larissa Finley. We're both with the Greater St. Louis Medical Group Managers Association, and I'm this year's president. Larissa is in charge of our education committee and making sure our activities and events happen. And we're just going to bring you up to speed on various things going on in the Medical Group Managers Association space while we're having our morning coffee.
So since Derek doesn't drink coffee, I have my coffee right here. I probably drink enough for both of us. So just a little bit about what's going on with the MGMA right now. We have paused a lot because of the craziness with the pandemic. We had a great year planned out, and then it's quite interesting. This is my first year being the in charge of the education committee, and turns out to be quite the year to be the first one. But we're holding out hopes that we can have an in-person conference in October. We're starting to plan some really great speakers, and of course there would be proper social distancing and everything like that, but we would still have our business partners available to meet everyone, and also a really great time to network with your fellow medical managers. We find that we can do webinars and we can do social media, but there's not quite anything like being in person together and having that fellowship, because when you're a practice manager, and I'm not one, but I've heard from a lot of you that when you're a practice manager, you're the only one in your work. So it's really important to create that space and that community so that we can just come together and support each other. So we are, even though we're not able to get together in person right now, we're still hoping that in October we can do that. So plan on hearing more about that as we get closer. Of course, things might change. We might have to do a virtual event. You never know what is going to happen. It's like every day something new is coming up. But until then, we are pausing on the webinars because you probably have a lot going on right now. And we don't want to bombard you with too much information, but we do have a few informational webinars that we've been posting on social media. So if you don't follow us on social media, please do. If you're watching this, you probably are, but you never know. So some of the things that we have coming up from different MGMAs from throughout the country. There's a California one. No, these are from last month. Well, there you go. So keep up on social media because we do have references from different places throughout the country in MGMA resources that we are going to be sharing with you. And of course, those are free of charge. So Derek, were you able to go to the walk that there was?
Yeah, it was a good time. We went down Grants Trail and did some safe social distance networking and got to catch up with our homies in the MGMA, and it was really nice. Some folks brought bicycles and did a bike ride, and the rest of us just walked and chatted. And it's really good. Spent better part of 2 hours just hanging out and reconnecting and understanding more about like how people are dealing with the pandemic in their practice and their business and who's going back in the office and who isn't. It's just really good and refreshing to like understand where everyone else is at and just get more of that human connection going on.
Absolutely. We've been hearing from a lot of our medical clients too that there was a lot of craziness right in the beginning, and now they're kind of adjusting, and it's very different. But being on the front lines it's stressful over time. So I'm really glad that you were able to get out and enjoy the fresh air and have some camaraderie with everyone. That was really cool.
It sounded like a lot of the practices they've kind of done enough pivoting to where they've adjusted to slightly lower normal patient counts, and just so they, there's just extra preparation that has to go on. There's the folks that were doing the check-in from the parking lot and then just calling people in after the rooms have been cleaned, so like there's a lot of different ways that people are interacting with their physician. And I went for a checkup recently, and they were just doing the call us when you get here, we'll let you know when it's ready, and not having to go feel risky being inside a doctor's office where there could be people with the COVID. Like it's a little scary going to see your general practitioner for a physical right now.
Well, I know that telehealth is a big thing. I've done anything possible for telehealth I've personally done, and I kind of like it. So I think I might try to do that continually if it's not like something where I need to be in person, because it just saves time for me. And then I can just say, okay, well, I'm going to take this hour or this half hour off of work, do my thing, go to my other computer, and then come right back. And it's a lot simpler. So I'm really interested to see like the developments of telehealth going forward, about what might, how that's really going to change a lot of things.
Yeah, it would be nice to see CMS loosen the reimbursement guidelines on that, because it was just restricted to reimbursements for rural clinics and stuff like that, where people had to travel long distances and everything. And it seems like it's a logical thing to continue. Like the technology's there, we're already adjusted and used to it. So it'd be nice, like, that gets expanded to where that can just be part of the way we receive care. So we're not having to drive around and, combust fossil fuels and add to other issues, when there's a lot of assessments and stuff that can just happen in this kind of format.
So I'm, well, and then you also, of course, we're both in the IT industry, so you have to worry about the whole cybersecurity thing, but I don't think we're going to delve into that. That could be a subject for an entire other coffee talk.
Yeah, totally.
I'm just going to check right now and see if there's, how many people.
Got a handful on.
Are you able to see the, if there's any questions or anything?
There's no questions right now.
Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Is anyone watching us? Can you comment? Anyone? Oh, I see myself. There's 4 people watching. This is cool. Excellent. It works.
Playing from iPhone.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. So does anyone have any plans for this? What are your plans for this upcoming long weekend? I think
I'm already in beach mode. We're gonna go hit the river up, do some overnight camping for a few nights, swim a lot, and really just completely chill out.
is that like an unplugged time for you two?
Oh yeah. There's no cell phone service there. It's gonna be perfect.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I get the joy of moving. So starting tomorrow, I am moving to a new place. It's only 2 miles down the road, so I'm really just transitioning a lot, but I'm going to be unplugging all of my little network and then plugging it all back in and setting up my new home office. And I actually have a place for my home office to be set up. It's not a separate room, but it's an area, which is really great, because right now I'm sitting at my dining room / school table / home office / craft area.
Sounds
very multi-purpose, but it gets a little interesting sometimes. So that's something something I'm looking forward to. And then also starting to plan this conference. I'm excited. I think we're going to be sending out a survey soon about some ways that we can help everyone stay engaged, or things that you would like to learn about, especially during these unprecedented times. Some ways that we can help everyone stay engaged, or things that you would like to learn about, especially during these unprecedented times. Some ways that we can help everyone stay engaged, or things that you would like to learn about. That was weird. I heard myself in echo.
Yep. That was a technology issue.
Yeah, what can you do?
Like I did.
That's all right. Yeah, a minute ago I was checking to see on Facebook, and then it started because my phone was paired with my Alexa, so my voice started playing on the Alexa too. So
Oh, nice. Super fun.
yeah, that was fun. But I'm happy that we're able to actually go live because last time it didn't work out so well. But this is Derrick. Do you want to talk about how you're actually doing this through Zoom, which is kind of cool?
Yeah, so there's multiple technology platforms that allow you to do like webinar and virtual meeting. Zoom used to limit the ability to stream to Facebook and YouTube platforms just to their webinar feature. And now with everyone having to do remote services, Zoom added a new feature in their meetings platform where if you go under the advanced options, there's a toggle box you can select to say, hey, I want to also be able to live stream my meetings to my social media platform. So it'll let you do to like groups, it'll let you go to events, like we're able to stream directly to this event. You can go to your page, basically anything that you have access to on your Facebook, so long as you have your web browser open and the credentials are already available, like logged into the browser, Zoom will just automatically tie into that, and then it's just like browsing and selecting where you want to drop it out at. Easy.
Very cool. Well, it sounds easy, but then there's the whole Zoom thing. I'm sure many of us can relate when it's like, no, unmute yourself when someone starts talking. That's the new thing. So I did get the oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Or the opposite, when you have like 40 people on a call doing a meeting and they won't mute themselves and they're just rolling their eyes like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be in this training. But you know, so it can go both ways.
Yeah. Well, I have a 10-year-old daughter, and her class on Zoom, I can't even. They just say hi to each other. It's just crazy, and yeah. So that's a whole other thing. But I did get the updated information. We are having a virtual, the Clinical Innovation and Collaboration Summit. I think it's going to be virtual, a series of webinars. They were going to have a live conference that was a working between ICANN and FH, which is, I'm getting the acronyms, the HFMA.
HFMA, Healthcare
Yes.
Financial Managers Association.
Yes, thank you. I was going to say FMLA, but that's Family Medical Leave. So HFMA, that one. They were going to work together and have a conference in O'Fallon, Illinois. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that was going to be in the end of August. So now they're going to be doing a series of webinars. So we'll have those available. And then there was the MGMA Missouri Annual Conference that was going to be in the beginning of August, and that's now canceled. Mm-hmm. So we're getting more notices of cancellations and everything. We do have the upcoming webinar in August for the MGMA, for the St. Louis MGMA, so that'll be interesting. The topic is to be determined because we had some things canceled, so we're moving them all around. And then I think we can start to wrap up a little bit here. But just to the membership renewals, there's prorated rates if you still haven't renewed for this year. For practice managers, from July 1st until September 30th, it's $85. And then after October 1st, $100, and it includes the rest of 2021 as well. So if you haven't renewed yet, then you can still go ahead and do that. We definitely encourage you to keep your membership active. And then for business partners, there's also a prorated for July, it's $140, August $120, September $100, and after October it's $250, and that includes the rest of 2021 as well. So I think for me and part of closing, we're still here. We're still doing things. We have board meetings still. We're trying to adapt and plan. We got together for the walk with social distancing and safety and everything. I think we're going to try to do something like that later again in the summer. And we're hoping and praying and crossing our fingers, all of that good stuff, that we'll be able to have a conference in October, hopefully. Everyone wear your masks, stay safe. And that's it for me, I think.
Yeah, well, it was a good chat this morning. Gets the blood flowing for the day, and we'll make sure we get this posted out on our other platforms as appropriate, and hope everyone has a wonderful July 4th weekend. Chris says she's going to go out biking and pickleballing and watching, I forgot, I don't see the comment now, but
Fireworks, maybe?
well, no, some movie. It sounded like a Disney movie, so it gets me out of my element,
Oh,
muscle memory. But yeah, everyone enjoy their holiday weekend, and we'll be back soon with another talk.
okay. Bye. Happy coffee.